Okay, so today what we are planning to do is I have been getting phone calls saying that people have a little bit of confusion about how to identify the elements in Java code. Okay, and if a person is not able to identify that, then the entire purpose of the thing is lost. So today I will show you across three samples how the basic what is it called how the basic elements of JAMA call are identified. That is one. And since there are some of you over here who are already well versed with JAMA call and want to sort of fine tune their things, I will be giving some additional information over there. So every time I say something, I will say that this is the basic and this is the advanced. So the people who are in the advanced mode take that. The others can just listen to it and absorb whatever they can. Okay. Now, can you see the chart which I've shared here? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, first thing I want you to understand is how to identify the range. It's a very basic thing, but it makes a lot of difference. Like all of you know that this is Rashi 1, this is 00, and this is 30. Okay. So wherever I draw a circle, just imagine that that is a 00 and this is the 30. When it comes to the corner things, you can identify it visually either this way, okay, or this way, whichever you feel comfortable. There is no hard and fast rule. It's all a question of visualization what we are doing. So I hope you're understanding what I'm trying to convey. So again 0 to 30, 0 to 30. When you come here, you can either do it this way 0 to 30 or you have to go this way ulta 0 to 30. Correct? So this is 0 to 30, this is 0 to 30, this is 0 to 30. 1 minute. The doorbell as usual. Okay. I think I know what I was in my last life. I was the wicked mother-in-law of the doorbell and Amazon both together. Because whenever I sit for a lecture and I start talking, or I'm in the shower and I switch on the shower, the doorbell or the Amazon fellow has to come. Darbadri बोलते हैं उसको. Anyway, so coming to this last fellow here, you can either draw it from 0 to 30 like this or 0 to 30 like this. What I'm trying to say you'll understand in 1 minute and the importance of this. So basically it will go this way. From here you can either do it this way going up or obviously 0 to 30. Okay. Now whenever just concentrate on this box now for the time being and you can use it anywhere you want. Whenever you have an element over there, you need to visually make a tab. I call it a tab. So let us say somebody is at 15 degrees, you will put a tab this way. Okay, and I'm purposely drawing one horizontally also this way. Now if it is going clockwise and it is going anti-clockwise, you need to show it in a certain way. So what I do is clockwise रहेगा तो I put it in the top zone, clockwise रहेगा तो I put it in the right. So it's like saying clockwise is right, right means correct. This is some simple thing, you can do your own this thing, that's not a problem. But so basically if an item is going anti-clockwise, I'll put it this way, I'll put it this way. Did you understand the logic of it? So up is clockwise, right is clockwise. This is the right side of it, correct? So right is clockwise and up is clockwise. This is my way of doing it. You can change it. The down one is anti-clockwise. The left one is anti-clockwise. Samjha? This is how you put it. Now that you've got all this here, somebody is Manasi, you mute. Okay. Now what I want you to do is you've got a blank chart there with you. I told you to keep some blank charts. अभी एक blank chart लो जिसके ऊपर we will be doing sample. You got 4 of them hopefully. So first fellow with a pencil, hopefully you do it. First one I am spoon feeding you. So just draw a line like this. Okay. Just draw a line like this. And we are saying that Udayam is at 15 degrees. So we will draw a line like this over here. Draw along with me. And Udayam goes clockwise. So top and draw an arrow this way. And you can write U below if you want, just for the sake of it. Udayam. Or you can write UDM, whatever you want. Correct? So we have identified the point at which this fellow is there. What is it called? Udayam is there. And we know this side. And uske niche likho 15 degrees, just for some this thing. Now let us say there is a planet, I am saying Mars is in Aries at 18 degrees, and there is, let us say, Saturn which is at 10 degrees. Okay, we need to identify this. So if this is 0 and this is 30, where would 18 be? It will be ahead of this thing, so somewhere here, correct? And by the way, these are JAMA planets, correct? I don't know what is it. JAMA planets. So if it is here, we go down and we go this way, correct? If I have to identify, so here I will write Mars and I will write 18 here. If I have to identify Saturn, where would be 10 degrees? But isse pehle it will be here. And which direction is it going? This direction. And it is Saturn at 10 degrees. Correct? So what does this tell you? Mars is approaching Udayam and Saturn has crossed Udayam. Actually, Mars and Saturn will never come here. If you remember, Mars and Saturn are diametrically opposite. But just now, just forget about that. Don't catch me on that. When I wrote it only, I realized I did it wrong. But wo chhod do. So Mars is approaching Udayam. So this fellow is approaching Udayam. It's called approaching. Sorry about this handwriting. This mouse is also not. And Saturn has crossed. Correct? Write it down, otherwise you will not be able to read my handwriting later on. So basically, this is the basis of it. Okay. Now we do another example. Let's do it here so that it becomes a little difficult. So we are going from 0 to 30. Right?
Dada, we did approaching and crossed, but what about to catch? Also, we have.
Catch is only Kavipu catches, no? Udayam doesn't catch.
Oh,
Planet
yeah.
comes to Udayam, planet crosses Udayam. Kavipu, planet comes to Kavipu, and Kavipu catches that. So if I'll just put this so that others are not also confused. Udayam, a planet comes to Udayam, okay, and a planet has crossed Udayam, because Udayam goes this way, right? So planet is approaching Udayam and planet has crossed Udayam. So this is approaching. Make this sketch if you want and keep it so you'll understand. So Udayam is not catching anything. You can put it this way also, that Udayam is going toward this also, you can say whatever you want to do. So basically it is that this planet, whichever it is approaching Udayam. This planet has crossed Udayam. If we talk of Kavipu, Kavipu catches a planet, correct? But the thing is, it will not happen this way because Kavipu goes in the anti-clockwise direction. So Kavipu catches a planet which is obviously going in the anti-clockwise direction, and a planet, JAMA planet, approaches Kavipu. Have you all understood this diagram? Any of you not understood this? Manasi got that? So basically this sketch, you draw it the way I have done it, little neatly. I can't draw it properly. हाँ स्वाति.
नहीं सर बीच में क्लियर है क्लियर.
So this is basically what you have to keep in mind. This is the basics of it all. So if we take this as an example here, this at 0 degrees and this at 30 degrees, and let us say Kavipu is at 20 degrees. So we draw a line here. This is Kavipu at 20 degrees. Where does it go? It goes anti-clockwise, correct? So what we had said was that if it is going anti-clockwise, you will have to show it this way. correct? It's going up, anti-clockwise. Now let us say the same example again, don't catch me, that Mars is at 10 degrees. So Mars is here. JAMA Mars also goes this way only, correct? And let us say over here, same house mein nahi aayega, but suppose let us say the next planet over here, whichever the planet is at 5 degrees over here. So in this fellow is here, again going here. So Kavipu is catching this planet, and this planet is approaching Kavipu. Have you understood this? Anyone not understanding? Paul?
Now, this you mentioned Kavipu is catching.
Yeah.
Now they all are moving at their own speed or whatever it is.
Correct.
Is there actually a real-time catching happening?
Yes. That's a good question.
And why does the catching happen? I mean, why is there differential of speed? Let's say.
Okay. That's a good question, but it's a little advanced thing. But I'll tell you just now.
Okay, fine.
Don't worry. So basically, this 30 degrees, a JAMA planet takes 1 hour. Okay. The actual funda is that if let us say this is 0, it travels 45 degrees in 45 degrees in 1 hour. 30 degrees in 1 hour it goes. Okay.
90 minutes.
One Rashi. 1 hour.
45
Yes, sir, one Rashi, 1 hour.
should be Manishji, because 1 degree is 4 minutes, 24 hours a day.
No. It's not like that. Basically, a JAMA planet starts over here at 6 in the morning and comes back over here at 6 in the evening.
Okay, so 12 hours cycle.
Yeah, 12 hours. So basically, it will take in 1 hour.
45 degrees would be 90 minutes.
45 degrees, 90 minutes. See, basically, कैसे understand? Here the day Lord starts here. Today is Sunday, so sun would be 00 over here at 6 a.m.
Okay.
6 a.m. From here 6 to 7, 7 to 8, like a tak karke. From here 3 to 4, 4 to 5, and 5 to 6. Again it comes here. This is 6 p.m. now here.
Okay.
6 p.m. Okay. So basically you are taking 12 hours to go across 12 Rashis. So one Rashi is 1 hour.
Correct.
The expanse of the JAMA is 45 degrees, which is here. Dead. So it takes 1.5 hours basically over here. But anyway, your question I'll answer differently. A JAMA planet from here to here takes 60 minutes, 1 hour. But a Kavipu from here to here takes 5 minutes.
Okay.
Kavipu is like, that's why I call it a crocodile. Zapak karke it catches. Understood? That is the basic difference. So basically, your question of why it catches is, so if let us say a planet is going from here, taka, slowly is going, and Kavipu has come here, it will immediately jump and catch it, because this fellow is going to take 1 hour to go across the entire expanse, and this fellow in 5 minutes he jumps across. Understood, all of you? Okay. So, Shishi.
कविपुचा टायमिंग काय म्हणालास तू किती मिनिटात
5 minutes per Rashi.
ओके
Each JAMA planet will take 1 hour to cross. Each Kavipu will cross in 5 minutes. So now we have understood how to put the tabs over there, correct? And how the planets ka roughly timing moves. All clear so far? Now what we'll do is I'll take up 3 cases. In that we will be understanding the
Sir, what is the movement speed of this Mandi?
Don't get to Mandi. Mandi is a point actually.
do not move.
I don't know the speed of Mandi, I don't know. But basically Mandi, I look at it as a point because Mandi, we do not connect it with the Jama planet, we connect it with the Rashi.
Okay.
Mandi and Gulika and all we consider as a point over there. We don't connect it to a planet. At least that's as far as my knowledge goes. So, 1 minute. So what I was saying was, so now what we'll do is we'll take up a sample case. Okay. I hope you all can see this. Now, this is a case which came on 18th of October. I think those people who are there in that other group will be aware of it. I think Shivaji and Mahesh will know that. So a person from Hyderabad had asked on 18th whether he has appeared for an interview, whether he will get a promotion and a raise. Okay. Now, what I am teaching you is how the mindset should be developed to correctly capture the concept of the question and then go ahead. Okay, this is the most important thing. So as of now, like I said, I am going to discuss this in 2 stages. One is the basic ABCD, okay, which all of you should understand. And I will also take 1 step ahead for the people who are already well versed in Jamakor and discuss something further. So that second part, if you understand good enough, other don't bother. Whenever you talk about this promotion and raise, what is it connected with? The job, correct? Promotion and raise is nothing to do with that fellow's health, nothing to do with any relative or nothing. So first thing that should come to your mind is Saturn, which is career, 10th house, which is career, interview bola, the 3rd house, interview, okay, these things. Now if you see here, if you see the Hora is Saturn, okay, this is a case which we had addressed in, there's one big group, major group, where few of these people are also there. So this is a live case that parso ka hai. So Saturn is the Hora. First of all, you need to verify whether the chart is correct or not. I'll tell you one thing from experience. In the initial days, many times the chart doesn't get cast properly. It is like saying that you are just trying to get on top of a horse and you and the horse don't know each other. So there is a chance that the horse might go left and you will go right. So initial, but after some time, this is just observation, nothing is saying, that 99% of the time the chart comes out correct. So agar idhar dekho to Saturn ho raha hai. Okay. Now in this case, you have to first of all sort of visually identify the Udayam. So I mark it normally with the green. Since yesterday I started marking it with yellow for some other color, orange basically, whatever it is, but chalo green hai. So I first of all, before whacking my brain, I identify the Udayam with a green and I identify the Udayam Lord with a green. Okay, that is one important thing. Then, which is the Karak Bhav? So they are looking at a promotion. So promotion is 5th house. Okay, so what all is it telling? Now if you see, Saturn happens to be the 6th Lord also. 6th Lord and 7th Lord, correct? Saturn in this case. If you remember, 7th I told you was 10th from the 10th, so it is career. 6th is Seva, which is job. So his job is seen from this, his career is seen from this, his promotion is seen from this, 5. Okay. Now let's not get into this. Now the ABCD part I am saying first. You have to identify which planet is approaching it. Now if you see, let me delete all this. If you see Udayam is at 12 degrees. I am marking it big over here. Okay, I should not mark it. Udayam is at 12 degrees, can you see? And Jupiter is at 21 degrees. Now either hi gadbad hota hai. That's why you draw a line this way. This is 0. This is 30, correct? Like how we discussed. If I say 12, draw a line somewhere approximately 50% but little above. No? If this is 15, this will be 12, correct? And whichever way you want to put the arrow, that's okay. There is no hard and fast rule. Udayam is going to go this way, clockwise, correct? So we know Udayam from 12 degrees is here. Jupiter is at 21 degrees. If this is 0 and this is 30, 21 is somewhere over here, correct? And which side is it going? It is going anti-clockwise. So can we say that Jupiter is approaching Udayam? Correct? So if this 21 ke badle, it was let us say 11, then we would have distinctly, though it's very close, I would have drawn the 11 here and I would have drawn an arrow this way, which would have told me that Jupiter has crossed the Udayam. So if Jupiter has crossed the Udayam, who's the next fellow in the train? Mars. So then I would say that Mars is approaching Udayam in that case. All clear on this? This is the most important thing. So in this case, what I will do is I will draw. So initially all of you should do this line. That's why I say the charts which I share over here in the video or in the group, make it a point to manually draw it. Unless you manually draw it, it will not get into your head. Take it from me. So if this is 0 and this is 30, Udayam I have put somewhere halfway at 12 and I have said that it is going in the clockwise direction. Correct? And Jupiter I am trying to analyze whether it has crossed or approaching. So it is at 21 degrees. So thoda sa disproportionately niche kiya and this way. So it tells me that Jupiter is approaching this way. Got it? Now for the people who are little advanced. Jupiter is in the nakshatra of what? Venus. Venus is what? The third lord and the 10th lord. Third is what I told you just now, interview. 10 what I told you just now, career. Interview related to career. Third is also assessment. Third is also anything to do with documentation. So if he is going to get a promotion, he is going to get a raise, he is going to get some document which is related to interview, which is related to career. So basically Jupiter, if you see the Karak which we have written, I have said Jupiter Karak, basic Karak is Bhagya. Correct? Always remember the basic characters which are called Sthira Karak. So Sthira Karak, the basic characters are always there. It is like saying a monk going and getting drunk in a bar is still a monk only. So the Jupiter, even though it's the 5th lord here or it's the 8th lord here, whatever, it is finally Jupiter only. So Jupiter का basic कारक तत्व क्या है? भाग्य. So Jupiter over here in this case is also the 5th lord and also the 8th lord. What does 5th tell you? Promotion. Because 5th in the Kalpurush Kundli is the 5th Rashi. 5th Rashi is Sun. Sun is Ujala. Sun is Uday. Sun is new beginning. So it is name, fame, recognition, promotion, all that. That is how you relate this 5 to it. So basically the 5th and the 8th lord is approaching Jupiter. Now this is the advanced part. The other people can avoid if want or just listen to it. The people who are all. So the like Shivaji and Mahesh and few others, I don't know how, Ashwini and Chitrang will understand, or even Chitra. So here the Jupiter which is there, if you just dissect this Jupiter, Jupiter is in Venus. Venus is what? Lakshmi. Third lord, interview assessment. Jupiter, Bhagya. And it is also the 5th lord of promotion and 8th lord of major transformation. And if you see, I have written over here point number 2, it is moving towards exaltation. I hope you have done your thing. Jupiter is exalted here, Mars is debilitated over here. So it is moving anti-clockwise towards its position of exaltation. म्हणजे क्या? In the future, this is going to get exalted. So the bhagya related to interview, related to promotion is going towards exaltation, getting strong. And it also rules the 8th house. So there is going to be some major transformation. This 8th house is the 11th from the 10th house of career. Now again, this is little advanced, so those people who can understand, others don't bother. It is the Ichha Purti related to the career. You have to keep joining these dots now. Ichha Purti related to this. So all that is leading towards exaltation. So what does it tell? That there is a very good possibility that this interview will go good and he will get his extra remuneration. But the major transformation is there. So what can be the major transformation? So what is this? This fellow has gone and sat here. Jupiter, the Udayam Lord has gone and sat in the 4th house, correct, of Sukhasthan. Third interview. Now go to Kavipu. Kavipu is catching the 3rd Lord Venus. Now this is slightly dicey, so the advanced people will only understand. It is in the nakshatra of moon which makes all the difference. Moon is what? Moon is change. Barabar. Moon is also the fourth lord of home. So there is a possibility that he will be shifted out of his Sukhasthan. So either he will have a transfer or he may be in one department and he may be shifted to some other department. Do you remember who had put up this case? You had put, Acha Mahesh, you had only put up. What happened to this fellow?
It is me, Manish. It is the same fellow.
No, it is your own personal case?
Yeah,
Or?
yeah, it is personal
Oh,
case.
Acha, I thought it was somebody else. So is this happening the way what I'm saying?
Now I'm handed over another department which I have which I did not handle till date. So it is kind of new thing for me. Yeah.
So you have got shifted out of your Sukhasthan, your basic
Comfort zone, yeah.
Correct. Okay, great. And we won't ask you the amount, but have you got any change in the remuneration? I'm not asking.
No, we are not there yet, Manish. It will happen only next year.
But it is in the pipeline, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Some
Optimistic.
additional duties might be given to you, maybe.
Yes, I'm kind of being moved to a senior manager kind of a role, though it's not on the paper yet. But yeah.
Correct, but hone wala hai, because that's what I'm saying. It is moving towards exaltation, so you have to give it a little time. You understood? I'm sorry, I didn't know it was your case.
No, that is absolutely fine, Manish.
Because मैंने वो main group पे भी लिखा किसने दिया था feedback, there's nobody feedback, so I don't know who was. Anyway, so चलो this is live क्या बोलता है appraisal of the thing. Did you understand how this is? So he has got shifted to some other department. मुझे क्या सुखस्थान से निकाला. सुखस्थान में क्या? Suppose you're in one department, you're set, no? Your coffee mug is at the right place, your water is at the right place. Now suddenly you have to go and keep setting up everything. Or understood? Who's asking? Chitra, huh?
Yes, sir. Sir, so in this we can interpret it like that the promotion happened right now because Jupiter is aspecting the fifth house, but the Jupiter is going to jump one Rashi to its exaltation, which is approximately 1 year. So in the next year he will get the raise and the financial benefits as well.
See, this Kavipu, which is catching the third lord Venus and Moon, is telling that he has got shifted from his Sukhasthan. That is one. There are two things now: whether I will get a promotion and whether I will get a raise.
Right.
Promotion, now I don't know this thing, but when a change of department will obviously be a promotion or some sort of additional duty or something. So basically, Kavipu catching this it is hitting his Sukhasthan. No? So that means he has been shifted out from that department to something else. You understand? Moon is also the Karak of
Right.
change. Moon is also the Karak of change. So basically Moon is also the second lord. तो इसीलिए अभी पैसे का नहीं मिला है. Suppose he was getting 100 rupees today and he was expecting 120 after this change. It has not happened just now because this Moon, which is second lord, is the Rashi of this Venus of change, is getting caught by Kavipu.
So, but why are we calling it second lord? Why not 12th lord?
Kavipu से second है ना?
अच्छा, okay.
Kavipu से second. You look at it this way also, वही आ जाएगा 12th lord of inner.
Exactly. Right.
Always on this thing, this technique I have not shared with you. Whatever you take it as one and take it from there. That's a little advanced technique. Maybe I have not shared because most of them won't understand. Whenever you are looking at anything from anything, keep that as one and from there take everything. That was always I keep saying. From is the mastery of it all.
You have told us that before. To consider it as one.
Yeah, all of you clear on this so far? Okay. So now again going back to the ABCD level, we'll just do one thing. So 12 degrees hai. So if I draw a line, it is somewhere here and it is going this way. 21 is somewhere over here and it is going this way. So it catches. So Swati, if you are still around, Swati is gone. Swati fell off the boat. Okay. So because she was the one who was not able to understand left to right to left. So now this is clear. Now coming to Kavipu, if we see Kavipu and we draw a line here, or if you want to draw it horizontally, water doesn't make a difference. As long as you know where the 0 is and when the 30 is, that is fine. So if we say 19 or आधे से थोड़ा आगे गया है, बराबर Kavipu, and Kavipu goes where? Anti-clockwise. Correct. Now from in this dabba 19 के नीचे कुछ भी है क्या? Actually in this dabba there is no JAMA planet only just now. Correct. So you obviously have to look to the left because it is going anti-clockwise. So which is the thing? So Venus. So Kavipu is catching Venus. So if Kavipu is catching Venus, obviously Mercury is coming towards Kavipu. Correct? Mercury is coming towards Kavipu. So this is how you look at this case. Clear so far? Chalo, I'll go to the next one. Now this was also a case which was put up on the group. Tehran mein this Ali must have put it up. This was a fellow had approached the astrologer and asked कि some girl के यहाँ से proposal आया था for marriage, whether she is the right girl or not. Okay. Now again ABCD level पहले जाते हैं. So basically, if we when you talk of a alliance, either as a partnership or a marriage or something, you need to see from both sides कि where the Udayam has gone and sat and where the opposite fellow, means seventh person has gone and sat. There is another school of thought where they consider Udayam as the guy and Arudam as the girl. It doesn't work for me. You can try it if it works for you. Udayam is the guy, Arudam is the girl. Now if the girl asks whether you are supposed to take it vice versa is a big dilemma. So you try it at your end. I don't do it that way. Now if you see here, basically Jupiter is approaching Udayam. When such a situation comes, when there is no planet in the dabba, no, it is obvious that the piche se aane wala na. If there was a planet here, then you will have to see 17 degrees ke pehle ke jada hai. So if I were to just again draw it for the heck of it, this is 30, this is 0, barabar? So 17 is somewhere like this, and where is it going? Udayam is going clockwise, so it is going this way. Is there any planet over here? No. So obviously Jupiter is coming towards this thing, and Mercury has already gone to the 12th house. Now a little advanced thing. Udayam is in Moon. Moon, first of all, is the 11th lord. Correct? And Moon has gone and sat in the 8th house here. Again in the Rashi of Nakshatra of Ketu. So Moon may be the 11th lord, but Moon, if you realize, is something which is unsteady, unreliable, up down, up down, up down, up down. Moon has been given that Karaktatva because it is said that Moon is married to the 27 nakshatras, and every one day it goes between the nakshatras. So it is not stable. It goes to, because they are the 27 wives of Moon. That is the mythological story behind it. So Moon, even though Moon talks about mother, Moon talks about caring, Moon talks about teacher, all that, but Moon also has a very diametrically opposite thing which all planets have, that it is also unsteady. So basically Udayam in the 11th lord Moon, now this is an advanced thing, so other people don't bother. So something is unsteady, and this unsteadiness has gone and sat in the 8th house, and that 8th house is going towards Kavipu. And if you see Ketu's, it is actually ek dusre ko haath pakad ke baithe. And that Kavipu is catching snake in the nakshatra of Jupiter. Jupiter is your 4th and the 7th lord. And Jupiter himself in Rahu is coming towards Udayam. What does this tell you at face level? It is telling that there is something dicey, there is something lapachapi, something hidden, some gadbad. This is only for the advanced people. Can you all understand what I am trying to come to? If you see even here, the second house of addition to family has Rahu, Kalam, Mrityu and Aruda both, all of them. Shivaji, Mahesh and Chitrang and Ashwini, are you all understanding this? So basically at the face value, if you have to see, now let's go to the ABCD level. Jupiter is approaching Udayam, ABCD level, everybody. So you dissect what is Jupiter. Jupiter is what? The 4th lord and the 7th lord. Look up your Karak Tattva. 4th is what? Home atmosphere. 7th is what? Marriage. So some Karak Tattva, and Jupiter per se still a Karak of that is what? Is Bhagya, no? Amanasa.
What about second house Jupiter being the Marak? Sorry, did you just say that? No, Marak.
Second house is my 7th house one.
No, from the Udayam second, and that's where Jupiter
Jupiter, you want to call it a second?
Second and 7th, Marak.
Marak will come more from the health and all point of view. If we are looking at a health case, then Marak comes into play. Marak will not come every year. Badhak can come. You are right. You are right.
Yeah.
What she's saying is correct.
Badak.
I lost that point. Basically, it is the Badhak. So
7th.
Jupiter is a Badhak. Jupiter is the fourth lord of home atmosphere. This is also telling you a story. See, what I'm trying to tell you is that at every point there is, it's like I look at it like a hiccup, and that hiccup tells you one avenue of the story. So here, if you see Jupiter, first of all, is in Rahu. Always when Rahu comes into play, most of the time just look at it like a gadbad, unless it has got something to do with occult or something to do with astrology or something like that. Rahu per se, if occult and astrology is not in the play, it is always some gadbad, some hidden this thing, gupt, or some labadi. You understand labadi? Deceit.
Deceit.
Okay. So Jupiter, which is the fourth lord of home atmosphere, seventh lord of what is it called, marriage, seventh Badhak, in the nakshatra of Rahu is coming here. So everybody, I hope, would understand that there is something wrong. Samjha? Now let's go to Kavipu. That's why don't directly jump to Kavipu every time. Every people now know. So if you see Kavipu here, Kavipu is in the nakshatra of Ketu. When I talk of nakshatra and all that, the ABCD people don't bother. So Ketu is a cut something. Kavipu is also seated in the 8th house. So basically what it has activated, if you remember the Chikhal thing, it is activating that house. Kichad wala thing. So it is activating the 8th house. So 8th house is what? Obstacles. Correct? Now, Kavipu goes anti-clockwise. Now here you will have to draw the line. So if we draw a line over here from 0 to 30, this being 0 and this being 30, correct? Where is Kavipu? It is 9. So if this is 15, 9 would be somewhere here, and Kavipu is going this way, correct? Is there any other planet in this dabba? No. Suppose, moon hai na? So moon is here. So moon is about 13 degrees. So if this is 15 degrees, chalo, theek hai. I am putting it here only. And where is it going? It is also going this way. Correct? Now, like how I explained Pawan's question, this fellow is moving at 5 minutes per Rashi and this fellow is moving at 60 minutes per Rashi. So is moon able to catch Kavipu? No. So moon is going to, that alligator is going to dive and go and catch this fellow. He's going to catch this fellow. Correct? Now, if you see this, if you only see, this is where I differ from the others and where I've been ridiculed, but I stick to it. If you say Kavipu is catching snake in the 6th house, what is it saying? 6th is anti-marriage, snake is a crisis, and Kavipu is destroying the crisis. So you will say that it is very good. But if you see here, this crisis is in the house of the Badhak, 7th lord, and the 4th lord of home atmosphere. I don't know how many of you understood what I'm saying. So basically,
Yes, sir.
Kavipu is basically connecting to the crisis related to the 4th house and the 7th house. But anyway, I think it's going a little advanced. I'll slow down. So basically, kya hai ki this moon is approaching Kavipu, ABCD level now, and Kavipu is going and catching snake. All of you understood this? I hope this is for everyone now. And you have not understood this? Okay. Now, see, let's just discuss one or two minutes of this only. Chitra.
Hi, sir. Sir, so can we look at it like that? The Kavipu catching snake means that snake causes confusion, Dhua types, right? So they would feel कि confusion nahi, they will be very sure of it. But if you look at it from the girl's perspective and the boy's perspective, both 8th houses are active, so they will have a lot of obstacles, and this wouldn't be a very good match. At the same time, Udayam Lord is seated 12th to it. So again, that is also Mercury. So that is also going to be one issue. And third lord, which is Mars, it's in his own house. So there are they are very much ready for the marriage, but there would be some hidden things which would be causing issues.
Now, all these things are saying hidden. Now, hidden कहाँ से मिलेगा? अपने को मिलेगा. So look at the Hora Lord, which is trying to tell you a story. Hora Lord Sun is in what? The 12th this thing. So 12th is something which is hidden, no?
Right.
Okay. Now this Sun is seated in which house? Fifth house. Fifth house talks
Right.
about some extramarital affair. Correct? Sun is in what nakshatra? It is in the nakshatra of Moon. Again, Labadi. And all this is seated in the 11th house from the girl. That's why it's written over here.
There is something they're not being told by the girl's side.
He had been in an affair prior to this, and his ex-girlfriend has spoken to the new girl, probably wife. This will cause a dispute with the native. So basically, ये थोड़ा अभी advance level है. हाँ, Shipra.
Yeah, have we decided that Udyam is the guy or the girl? How do we because you said from 11th from the girl, so assuming then the 7th house is the girl, then Udyam is the boy.
There are basically two schools of thought. One school of thought which is normally taught in the class and they make you swear by it is that Udayam is the guy and Arudam is the girl. Okay. I don't accept that because I feel that the 7th house is the opposite person to the person who is coming in. No? So I consider Udayam as the fellow who's asking the question and 7th as the opposite person. So the boy asks, so the boy becomes Udayam. If the girl had asked, girl would have been the Udayam.
So over here, we don't have the confusion about like we had discussed about the subject and the.
नहीं वो सब है but frankly speaking today I just want to get कि which is approaching and which has gone and like I wrote in the group also I don't want to get into the answers part because that will take such a twist no because there is another technique which I have developed which is called as the linking technique which is totally radically banned by all these people because if you see that but it tells a full story so I connect तो अभी वो सब बताने को जाओ ना तो सब गड़बड़ होगा so for one or two terms let's play it little safe I don't want to make this thing very long also because today the Bhavis and all of you might be to go for some presents and all that no? So go so anyway so where were we now okay anyways so see basically what I'm trying to say is approaching and crossed and Kavipu catching and approaching Kavipu we have all understood now the second step to understand is understanding where these elements now this is important pay attention if you see Udayam Lord which is orange is here म्हणजे क्या it has gone to the 12th house so that is giving you a hint that the Udayam the native is at some loss correct now you see the Hora Lord Saturn is seated in his 5th house बरोबर अभी इधर कोई जॉब का प्रमोशन नहीं दिख रहा अपन so 5th house can mean some sort of affair now immediately start connecting this fellow has come and sat here 5th house will always be the 11th house to the 7th house but since sun has come over here it has given it some sort of an importance sun is in the thing of moon now just see moon rules over which house this house moon is the 5th from the girl Sun, which is the 12th lord, where this fellow has gone and sat. If you want, I'll show you that linking thing just for the heck of it. I don't know how much you'll understand. Udayam lord has gone and sat in the 12th house ruled by Sun. Sun has gone and sat down in the 5th house of extramarital affairs. In the Rashi of Saturn, Saturn has gone and sat here in the 3rd from this girl, which is the efforts or the dhairya. Actually, 3rd house is called dhairya sthan. Dhairya means courage, the effort of this girl, okay, which is Venus. Venus has gone and sat here in the 5th house of the girl. I don't know how much you are understanding. Just try to connect. So this fellow has gone and sat in the house of loss. Why is the loss? Because it is somewhere connected to extramarital affair, which is Saturn. Saturn is also, if you remember, I told you Gupt. Barabar. this Saturn has gone and sat in the Dhairya Sthan of the girl, and the Lord of the Dhairya Sthan of the girl has gone and sat in her 5th house, which is his 11th house, which is ruled by moon. Okay? Are you understanding so far at least?
Which is the seat.
Which is again Labadi, no? So that means this girl could possibly also have had some sort of affair which she is trying to hide. You understand? I don't know how many of you understood that, but
Sir, can we take that his 12th lord is in the 5th house of affairs?
12th lord is the 5th house of her, correct?
Directly, and which is also the 11th house for the girl. And we discussed in the first class that 11th house also is kind of extramarital affairs or affairs outside, right?
Yeah, that way. Because basically 11th house is the 7th from the 5th house. So it is like a mirror image of the 5th house. Anyway.
Sorry, 11th Lord is in the 5th house for the girl.
No. The Udayam Lord is seated in the 12th house. 12th Lord has gone and sat in the 5th house. 5th house becomes the 11th house for the girl. That is what he's saying. See, basically, actually, again, I'm jumping a bit too far, but what I'm trying to say is, let's do one very simple exercise here and maybe it will explain what I'm trying to tell you. Where these elements are placed from their base and vis-a-vis some other person ka connect will also tell you something. For example, this fellow, Udayam, the boy, has gone and sat in his 12th. इतना ही अभी पकड़ लो, don't get to the answers or don't analyze. Boy has gone and sat in his 12th. मुझे क्या? Boy has gone and sat in his loss. For the girl, that becomes what? 6th. Correct? For the girl, it becomes a 6th. Na? If you see here, 7th and crank it back, it becomes a 6th for the girl, 12th for the boy. So some 6-12 ka connection aa gaya. If you remember, 6 is raw, green, report, dispute, all that thing. 12th is loss. Okay? Now that. Now go to one more step, let us say. Now let us see ये जो marriage है. If you look at marriage, first of all, marriage हो गया, I told you is the 7th house. Engagement है तो 3rd house or Mercury, whatever. So if we see 3rd house over here, this is the 3rd house. Who's seated over here? The 3rd lord, who is also the 8th lord. We are not analyzing, we are just observing. So the 3rd 3.8 dot Mars is seated in the 3rd house. 3 is obstacles, oblique engagement. 8th is obstacles. Mars is dispute. 3rd house is engagement. Then let us see where is that? This is the engagement. Engagement का भाग्य देखो ना. Engagement का भाग्य is the 9th over here. 9th from it. This is ruled by what? Moon. Where is moon? Moon in the nakshatra of Ketu, जो उसका ग्रहण करता है, full ग्रहण, is coming towards Kavipu. मुझे it is leading towards the खड्डा. This is a little advanced, so the juniors can stay out. So what I'm trying to tell you is now, in very simple words, first of all, identify the Udayam and the Udayam Lord, because that tells you where that fellow is standing just now. Then identify whichever कारक you're looking at. अभी marriage देख रहे हो तो 7th house देखो, engagement देख रहे हो तो 3rd house देखो. ये 3rd lord कहाँ जाके बैठा है उसको पकड़ लो, 7th lord कहाँ जाके बैठे है उसको पकड़ लो, and then start elaborating. Is it good enough? समझ में आया? One more case we'll do. One last case we'll do. Okay, this happened 6th को. It looked as if I did it day before yesterday. Okay, चलो 6th को ये केस था. This fellow had given money to a friend of his. Okay, Swati, you joined just now. We have already given out all the secrets. And we are not recording this, so you have missed out everything. Come back next year. Okay. तिला कळलंच नाही विचारलं. Okay. So now, टिक्का वगैरे कौन सा टिक्का? पनीर टिक्का.
Bhai Dooj, I think.
Okay. Anyway, there is no noise. Abhi, basically the thing is, this fellow had given money to a friend of his to sort of put in some property and all that, and that fellow was not returning it. So he called up on 6th of this thing, okay, to ask whether he will return the money. Okay. Now again, let's go from the ABCD level. Let's not jump to things over here. But if you see, first of all, like I told you, ki identify Udayam. Okay. Udayam is in Mars. Udayam is in the nakshatra of Mars, which is the second lord, correct? Mars for this one is the second lord. So it is something related to money. Udayam, Mars is also the seventh lord. Always I keep telling you, जो भी है उसका नक्षत्र lord भी देखो. So Udayam, the lord is Mars. That is coming by. Udayam lord is Mars, correct? Mars is the second lord and the seventh lord, correct? Meaning money related to opposite person. Okay. Now again draw the line over here. Mars is at 3 degrees, so somewhere over here. Oh, sorry, Udayam is at 3 degrees, meaning over here. Udayam is going which way? This way, clockwise, correct? Mercury is at 19 degrees, somewhere over here. Which way is it going? Anti-clockwise. So I think this was what I was explaining, but you fell out that time. So Mars is at 19 degrees. Sorry, Mercury is at 19 degrees. Meaning here, right? And Udayam is at 3 degrees over here. So which one is approaching Udayam? Mars is approaching Udayam. Now Mars is basically what? It's the second and the seventh lord. Second and the seventh lord. So money, opposite person is...
Mercury should be approaching.
Sorry. My mistake. That's what I was wondering, because ये Mars करेगा तो positive दिख रहा था, because it was not. Sorry, my mistake. So Mercury is approaching this thing. So basically it is the 12.9th lord. Sorry, this entire actually changes the entire story. Thanks, Shikla. 12.9th lord is approaching Udayam, which is in the nakshatra of 2.7 lord. What is it telling you? 9th, Bhagya, 12th, loss. Correct? Mercury in, I don't know whether you've written, in that you write Mercury के कारक में बहरूपिया. बहरूपिया मुझे like chameleon, जो color change हो सकता है. It's a लाल किताब theorem. Mercury is called as बहरूपिया. या खड़ा अंडा. खड़ा अंडा मुझे क्या, if you keep a boiled egg on its tip, it can fall any side. Mercury को ऐसा देखा जाता है कि वो किधर भी जा सकता है. So Mercury is also paraya or parayi also. So in that कारक तत्व of Mercury, write बहरूपिया, खड़ा अंडा, पराया ऑब्लिक पराई. ओके, सो ये गड़बड़ दिख रहा है उधर. नाउ which one has crossed Udayam? Venus has crossed Udayam and it has gone to the 12th house. बरोबर? So Venus is what? Venus is the Udayam lord. 12th house is the house of loss. It is in the nakshatra of Sun. Sun is what? The 11th lord. 11th lord is what? Ichha Purti. So Ichha Purti related to Venus, which is Lakshmi, has gone and sat in the 12th house of loss. That is telling you one more story. Are you understanding? And on top of that, if you want to go further for the advanced people, Sun has gone and sat in the 6th house. 12th Rashi. What does that tell you? 6th is recovery of money. 12th is loss. Correct? Sun is in the nakshatra of Uttar Bhadrapad, which is Saturn. Sun, जो इच्छा पूर्ति लॉर्ड है सन, उसको सैटर्न ग्रहण करता है. दिस अगेन एडवांस पीपल, जूनियर्स डोंट बॉदर. सन इज डेलाइट, सैटर्न इज नाइट, cover of black. So his ichha purti related to recovery of money has got a Grahan of Saturn. That is why it is a loss and not a long-term investment, because 12 is also long-term investment. That is what I wrote on the group yesterday. It just came to me like a flash that 2 plus 2 logically is 4, but astrology mein logic has to be used differently because 4 is already there. How did you reach 4? 2 plus 2 किया कि 6 minus 2 किया कि 24 minus 20 किया कि क्या क्या मालूम नहीं. That is the trick. That is why I said वो भगवान भी नहीं मालूम से that you have to work on it. So coming back to the ABCD, we have identified Udayam at 3 degrees. Mercury at 19 degrees is approaching this. 1. Now I'm talking ABCD level. When you have got this, just pause over there and try to dissect Mercury. Mercury कौन सा lord है? 12th lord and 9th lord, बराबर? 9th lord. 9th is what? Bhagya. 12th is what? Loss. You want to go one step deeper, advanced people. 7th, say 3rd is 9th. That is the effort of the opposite person. And 12th is a loss. So opposite person is not going to take any efforts to give this. This is blank chart prediction. So for a 7th born fellow, the opposite fellow's efforts would most probably always end up in his loss. You will not get very great support from opposite person or spouse or partner. So you can cross check. This is like blank chart prediction. There are no planets involved. Understand? So what I was telling on the day one, you cannot get into the battlefield with just a pocket knife. You have to have all the tools, and when to pick and choose the tool will only come with practice. Somebody is very close to you, you will use a knife. Somebody is running away, you use a gun. Somebody in the other city, you use some other missile from there. So that is how you pick and choose from the arsenal what you want to use. Got it, all of you? Yeah. So this was the third example which I had set up. Basically, what we are trying to achieve in this entire exercise is to first of all find out if two elements are in the same box, the same Rashi. Are they coming this way, or are they going this way, or are they going this way or this way, whatever it is. How are they moving? That is the most important thing. Many people make a mistake. I also make mistake many times at this point. I say, "Hey, Kavipu is catching this," and then somebody says, "Oh shit, it's not this side, it is this side." Hota hai, mistake hota hai. So don't curse yourself or jump out of the window and all that. But the thing is, this is the most important thing, and yeah, mistakes hota hai. One. Second thing is, once you have identified an element, at that point only dissect it. Don't go on picking everything and then start dissecting. एक एक पकड़ लो, उसका थोड़ा सा तो भी करो, because they all keep connecting. Astrology, I realize, is like a necklace where you got so many beads all strewn all over. You have to keep collecting the beads, put it together and stitch them. That is the secret of it all. So पहले always start with the Udayam. Udayam को identify करो, Udayam Lord को identify करो. So it's like saying, I have identified this box and I have identified this box. First step. So I know where it is, where is the starting point. Because if you don't know where to start, you are on the wrong road. Second thing is, I normally try to see the Hora Lord, because that also tells a big story. If you see, Jupiter is the 6th Lord. 6th Lord is what? Recovery of money. Correct? So it is telling me, yes, I am on the right track. I have cast the right chart. Because that fellow called me up, and as I was talking to him, I was fortunately in front of the PC, so I pressed the app and it cast this chart. Any doubts? Anything you want to ask?
I have one kind of question. Since this Jamakol is all about the questions being asked at a particular time on a day, right? Now, in your experience, Manishji, the same question asked on a different day, a different time. Do the things, because the positions of the stars, planets, and everything will change, how does it kind of correlate?
Okay, I have given it a lot of thought. There is no written documentation about this, but from my experience or whatever, what I can say is, we feel that we are very great and we are thinking of everything and doing something. But I feel that the 9 planets are actually, we are like puppets in their hands and they are making us think and do something. So just now, let us say if you are, as we talk, I'll just cast a chart. You will see the recording later on. Okay, it is talking about Saturn, and Saturn is seated in the 3rd house. So maybe, suppose, let us say, just for discussion's sake, you are talking about the career of your younger sibling, let us say. Okay, or you are talking about some efforts that you are putting into your career, your own career, which is maybe giving you some issues or something you need to do. So that point, the planets are actually influencing you to think on those lines. Why is it at this point of time you're thinking about your career or your younger sibling's career or some maybe some obstacle which your younger sibling is facing? Maybe why is that? And why are you not talking about that? I want to have strawberry ice cream for lunch or something like that. That it's a little abstract thing. Now to answer your question practically, if suppose somebody asks you a question just now, there are 3 things which happen. One is that suppose you're walking on the road, you just note down the time, time and the minutes. Second, milna mushkil ho jata hai. But now like it is 10:01, so I just write down 10:01 on this day. That is option 1. Option 2 is that he sends you a WhatsApp message कि मेरा टक 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 ऐसा है. In these 2 cases, you have documented the time. You have locked in the time. Now this is pure experience because there are different school of thought. My school of thought basically that I record this and whenever I get time, I will sit and analyze it. The third thing is, it's on the fly, like maybe I'm driving or something and you call and I don't have a watch on me or whatever like that, or I say, हाँ बाद में देख लूँगा, maybe it's not something like, because what happens is people ask me questions literally from मेरा चप्पल गुम हो गया से लेके, my father-in-law is lost somewhere in the jungle, so it can be very, I don't know which one is more serious, but whatever. So if they ask me stupid things, कि मेरा चप्पल गुम हो गया किधर है, I say हाँ देख लूँगा, So then I come back and then the evening suddenly strikes me, oh, that fellow's chappal has got boom, he's walking around with one chappal only, so okay, so then I cast it over that gives me the answer. But if he has told me my father-in-law has gone to the jungle and got lost, whether he will come back or he'll come back with the lion or the lion will come back and drop him back or what like that, then I would have recorded that time and then gone back home and cast the chart at that time and done. Now, there are different school of thought. Some people say that, oh, the planets want you to think of it now. You cannot think of it now, so cast it when you want to do it later. That works for different people. So, frankly speaking, each one for himself, whatever works. Suppose you are on the school of thought which says that I don't have the time now, but it's not that I don't have the time now, it's that the planets don't want me to see it now. Then you go back in the evening and you check it out. Maybe that will work for you. I am of the opinion that the planets are telling you something now. You check it. And the thing is, the funny thing is, if at least none of us are of that level, ki, suppose you at that time, फट करके chart आँख के सामने तो आएगा ही नहीं अपने, till the computer tells you. So I feel that even if I see it in the evening, the planets at that point of time will have aligned in such a way that it will sort of connect to my time. This is my thought. Manasi, what about?
No, that's exactly what I was going to say. To Pavanji's point or question, your answers, your outcome shouldn't change. Whether you look at it.
We have done this experiment on we've got a couple of groups. So there's one group which is like a very advanced group. So over there, one gentleman from South India and we had experimented on this, and he had done it his way and I had done it my way, and the final outcome came to the same. So frankly speaking, at the bottom of all this, it is the faith and that unwavering faith in astrology. If you do that, the planets are trying to tell you something, just take it with an open mind and with full faith, it works. No, I don't know, I'm from a technical background, so yes, philosophy मेरे दिमाग में नहीं जाता, but I have immense faith in this. So whether you see it at that point of time, you see it later on, it will give you the same answer. Second thing, just to add a little more on this, people say that if you have got an answer yes, which is just now, which is a no, and then after 15 minutes you say and it comes yes or something like that, and then, so first of all, that shows a wavering mind. and it will not give you the right answer. Till it comes yes, you're going to ask the planet to say yes, and all that. But I do it in a different manner, that I keep cross-checking on some serious, suppose कुछ serious matter है. So I keep cross-checking after maybe one day or a couple of hours or something like that. And I have seen that कुछ भी घुल मिल के it again comes back to the same thing. You know, so then I have to take remedial measures. That is a different ball game altogether. But basically, it all, we feel we are very intelligent. We are actually just puppets. The planets do everything, and we just accept it. That's all. Just do it with full faith. That's all I'm trying to tell you. Baki kuch nahi.
Thank you.
Anyone else has anything else to ask? Say, so we can wrap up on something. All okay, all of you? No questions. Either you all are not understanding what I'm teaching, or I'm teaching so well that you all are understanding everything. So it's as a toss hai.
Yeah, in the beginning, it felt like, the good old 70s and 80s West Indies bowling attack. Everything was just.
The bouncer. but frankly speaking, that is what I think. I was talking to what is her name? Nidhi. I was talking to that. She had called me up with some difficulties. It may sound a little pompous, but don't take it in that way. I don't mean it in any way. I don't like to this thing myself. But the thing is, this, frankly speaking, it is not being served to you on a platter. It is actually I'm feeding you in the mouth only. So okay, this, to decode this, it actually took me 2 years, because you have no idea how these people teach. So, many times I feel that they are not teaching the entire thing because they don't want to create competitors over there. Because finally you become a competitor. No? If I have trained you, everything that I know, if I tell you, you become my competitor, and then you may step ahead and go ahead. So that is their dilemma. So it was a very difficult thing. All this from and all that things was there, which is the basics. That I feel should be taught first. You have to, if you cannot read the chart, you are looking at a Hindi chart and you are a Tamilian and you will not understand anything. It's a waste of time. That is the thing. So anyways, my suggestion is that ये basic छोटा करो. Take random charts from this thing. If you don't have the software, just go on the net and in the images case में Google के image में just type out Jamakol charts in English. So double करके some charts will come up. I have never done that, but I am sure it will come out. Or if you want, I will put 15-20 charts. मेरे पास तो बहुत है. And just see, identify the Udayam, identify which planet is coming to the Udayam, identify which planet has crossed Udayam, identify Kavipu, identify which planet is coming towards Kavipu, identify which planet is getting caught by Kavipu. Simple. Then see the Hora. Hora is ruling over which all houses from the Udayam. See that. Then try to connect the dots कि उदयम लॉर्ड कहाँ जाके बैठा है, कविपु पकड़ रहा है वो कौन से हाउस का लॉर्ड है. Like that, small steps. If you take these small steps with sincerity, the things will start opening up. And this is what I'm telling you, which took me 2 years to understand. I'm telling you 2 minutes. ये करो, that is the way out. I'm not hiding anything. Most of these people know me. जो भी मेरे पास है, I give it away openly. Because I actually want to create competitors. Because मेरे को कुछ उसमें there's no loss. When I have competitors, like just now how Shipra caught my mistake over here, I want somebody to catch my mistakes. So I will start feeling that, oh, I know everything. That is the selfish intent of starting a class. Otherwise, for many months, people have been after me, start teaching. Swati is here. She has been writing on the group. Please take that. Nivedita Agarwal, another one on the group. To take class. हाँ, करके I used to humor them. But anyways, चलो, we'll wrap up. Okay. So happy Diwali to all of you once again, though belated or whatever.
Happy Diwali to all of you.
Thank you.
Next week,
Happy Diwali.
Thank you.
Couple of cases.
Thank you.
At one step ahead, and then take it further from there. Then I will share with you all Gemini Chardasha and all those things. Maybe next time, if possible, I'll teach you Gemini Chardasha, because that also makes a lot of difference. Okay, so we'll do that.
Manish sir, I missed it. I will go through the recording, and once I go through, I will let you know.
Okay.